analyzed painting to spend in my spare time. And then when the pandemic hit, I started painting it and I started selling it. That's all I know.
You did beeswax.
I did beeswax. That's too toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the house smell like a meth lab.
Why no? So why did you start painting again, though?
Because I knew I wasn't going to be working when the pandemic hit. All my work, everybody in the music business shut down. So I said, well, I'm not going to sit here and watch TV.
Well, you are, but
No,
you should be painting while you're doing it.
Something.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, and it worked. And people like me, Will.
I could see that.
Now my paintings sell. I'm surprised. I'm shocked.
Who were all those fucking people at the... Who are they?
Oh, I know. No, I know who a lot of them were. Like who?
Bunch of women.
Yeah, chicks dig me.
Yeah, I know.
Although they're 80 years old, but they still dig me. No, there was one woman there who Melanie Howard. She had white hair.
Mm-hmm. They all had fucking white hair.
Who?
They all had white hair.
Well, yeah, but she was younger with white hair. But she was married to this guy named Harlan Howard, and he was like one of the biggest songwriters in Nashville ever. Wrote all these Willie Nelson songs and stuff. You know, he was like fucking great. She was married to him forever, and she's funnier than shit. Once we were sitting at a table, and she said, "You know, I married Harlan when I was 27, and he was 58." And everybody said that I was just marrying him for his money, and she was, "It made me so sad." She starts crying, and then she pulls $100 bill out and starts wiping her tears with it.
So, when I was teaching dance, you remember Hall and Oates? John Oates.
Yeah. Well, I played on his record.
His wife. I taught his wife.
Oh, you taught his wife?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He's a great guy. His wife was great.
But did you hear what I did?
No.
I introduced him to John Oates, the scientist. And they had dinner.
What's that?
So, Larkin's dad.
His name John Oates.
I
You
had...
thought it was the same person.
No, I had them get together to have dinner.
You did?
They had
Through Meredith?
Yeah, to the dance studio.
They actually went out and had dinner together?
Yes.
John and John Oates?
Mm-hmm. Isn't that funny?
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Well, he died.
I know, I got a text at the studio. You know what it said? You want to know what it says? John died.
Meredith sent that?
Yeah.
That's all she said?
Mm-hmm. She was living in Dementia City.
She was always like that. Weird family. Good Lord.
So why?
Remember David? Walked around with no clothes. Her brother
Yeah.
David, who walked around with no clothes, and he was hairy. He was really hairy. And you.
So then why'd you marry her?
I didn't know about him. And you and Sam came running upstairs laughing and goes, "Uncle Davis, he's really hairy. He doesn't have any clothes on. He's downstairs."
So the question is like, you didn't know about any of that? Because I remember being a kid and getting really excited. Because I remember meeting her and being like, wow, there's all this money. Look at this house, this hot tub. It was like a year later, it was gone. It's like 2 years?
4 years.
Oh.
Yeah. after she just started going, she just was terrible with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have a fucking clue about kids at all. And I had to just go, you gotta go. Adios, it's been great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. She's trying to make me drink soy milk.
Huh?
I remember showing up and I was like, "Can I have some milk?" She's like, "You're gonna drink soy milk." Like, what the fuck about what about the cow milk?
What about cow milk?
No.
Yeah, and then she thought I never even got an attorney. She got an attorney. She thought I was going to take all of her money. She had a lot of money. And I didn't want her money. I just wanted her out of the fucking house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can handle myself. Keep your money. Adios.
Then Becca.
Huh? Bipolar Becca.
We like my story about. You remember how I was in the bedroom with Sam playing Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
and then Mom comes in the bedroom and says, "Will, your dad's on the phone. He just got married."
Here, he just come in.
I was like, to who?
I don't know, some girl.
She was
No,
cool.
it was worse than me was John Cowan. 4 times. And now he's with a girl 30 years younger than him.
You know, he kind of saved my life.
Well, I guess he helped.
No, you don't understand. Like, he helped a lot.
Oh, good. Good.
Isn't that crazy, though?
Just a scratch.
Do they do needling there?
Yeah.
What is that?
So it depends. There's different layers of needling. So there's like more surface layer, and then there's needles that go deeper. But basically, the idea is that by almost like puncturing your skin, your body sends a message that it needs to heal it, so it creates collagen.
Big baseball game on tonight, Will.
Baseball
World Series.
Baseball sucks.
No, it doesn't, man. It's the greatest sport on the planet.
Why do you think so?
I know so.
Is this something you just learned?
What is it about baseball that you like so much?
Strategy. The physicality. The duo between the pitcher and the
Is
hitter.
there downtime?
It's like a gun
Well,
battle.
yeah, so like
Between
36
those two.
hours, you don't want to really be
Hmm.
out in the sun or have makeup on your face. So you're going to needling.
I love how
But I
they
mean,
fast they throw the ball.
I want to.
Man, I tried to catch a pitcher once, a real pitcher. I couldn't even catch it.
Of course not. They'll.
It was so fast, I couldn't. It was like I just got out of the way. Oh god damn! No. You want me to throw another? No. I'm out of here.
And then those guys time it to where they hit the ball right. They're super muscular.
Well, also the catchers behind him. Those are the guys that I think are unbelievable because they're right there when this bat's swinging by their head and they can actually catch the ball like this. 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
No, I don't see it.
Those guys are huge.
You see
They're
it?
getting a lot bigger than they used to be. Remember, we went and saw Aaron Judge play for the Yankees,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in the World Series. He's in the World Series right now. They got beat last night, but I thought they had it won. And then right at the end, the Dodgers beat them. You got the 2 best teams playing in the World Series. They're also the 2 most expensive teams. If you add up the amount of money they spend on the players on those 2 teams, it comes out to about $1 billion. That's how good these guys are. And it's a real slugfest right now.
Why do you think so?
Hmm? Well, the Dodgers have got the best baseball player maybe ever, Shohei Ohtani from Japan. They've also got the best pitcher, Yamamoto, from Japan. So they're making the Dodgers are making all this money because there's 30 million subscribers in Japan subscribing to the Dodgers games, and they're watching them from Japan while this is going on.
So I've noticed that with Japan,
People love it. I mean,
cause like they have Inoue, the boxer.
Oh, I know.
Where the fuck are they coming out with all these athletes?
It must be the atomic bomb.
Yeah, of course. I think we should just nuke everybody.
Yeah, and we'd have all these superhumans. Yeah, no, it's unbelievable, man.
I love
He
Japan.
almost got beat last year. Some guy actually gave him a run for his money.
Stephen Fulton,
Is that who it was?
black guy. But Inoue is just so good.
Really? Oh boy.
Well, Otani is that good at baseball.
Hmm.
He's unbelievable.
They do?
What makes him so good, though?
Well, he's the first guy in the history of baseball at the age of 22. He's a pitcher also. He pitched 10 strikeouts, and then as a hitter in the same game, he hit 2 home runs. That's never
So
been
you're answering the question.
ever. Pitchers don't hit
You don't help
Right.
as a
me.
rule, but he does. And he's real big, and he's faster than shit. He's also the leading base stealer for the year. 55 stolen bases for the year. And the way he steals a base is just brilliant. The way he does it. No, he's going to go down. He's just 24 right now. You know, in 20 years, his record is just going to be
Daddy.
better than anybody in the history of baseball.
my boss, front desk.
And he still doesn't speak English.
So I think one of the slower things
I think I saw an interview with him.
Huh?
I think I saw an interview with him.
No, he uses an interpreter.
Mm-hmm.
And his interpreter that he had before ripped him off of $500,000.
but right now it's just
Yeah. Guy's in jail right now.
Really?
Yeah, Japanese interpreter
well,
was his interpreter, but he was also a habitual gambler, and he was using Otani's money to gamble, and he lost like $500,000. He was in debt $500,000 to some loan shark, and then the loan shark starts coming after him, and the FBI got involved. So that interpreter is in jail. He's got a new interpreter. Hopefully he's a nicer guy.
how traffic, which stays dope, if there's
Does it take you the same route the whole time? Which other do you know what that route is?
So
That's another thing I like about baseball, is
So you're down the stairs?
it's everybody from around the world
Okay.
come to America to play. It's not like football where it's like all
You're
Americans,
in Brooklyn.
and basketball where it's all Americans. It's like Japanese baseball is like the best Japanese players, the best Dominican players,
Daddy, we already
and then
talked
a lot
about
of
this.
times
the best European players, the best American players, best African players.
It's Bradley
Hmm.
Cooper. So
again, it just depends on the day.
when I went to, so I volunteered at the Ronald McDonald.
Why is football so slow?
Huh?
Football's such a slow game.
Baseball?
Football.
Football. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's
And it took me 440,
boring.
21st Avenue.
It's boring until you get to January when the playoffs and you get to the Super Bowl. Then it becomes kind of
So
exciting.
that's around the
But as a
Belmont
game,
Boulevard.
it's kind of like you don't really know what's going on. It's just a bunch of laundry. That's what Jerry Seinfeld says. You're rooting for laundry. You can't see anybody's faces.
But I came
Hmm.
back to Bradley Parkway, and it was
There's a new sport I started watching.
There's a
so
what?
much shorter.
A new sport that I just
You
found.
have to see where I work. Where I work is really close to the
It's so like, okay, so you know mixed martial arts?
And it was
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
they have a form of mixed martial arts where it's just no rules. And it's done on concrete with tennis shoes on.
You gotta have rules. Man. Sorry.
So, and then you look at the fighters, and they're like,
All bruised up.
no, they have swastikas on.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's just people who went to prison.
Right. You ever seen the prison rodeo? There's a prison rodeo that they have in Louisiana at the state prison there, where all the prisoners come out and they try to be cowboys. Like one of the things they do. Look it up, Will. Look up prison rodeo.
I will in a second, yeah.
Like they have this deal where all these prisoners come out and they're in the middle of the arena, and they're sitting at a table perfectly still. And then they'll let this big giant and they've got to all remain perfectly still, and he's walking around sniffing, and finally he figures it out and he starts kicking the shit out of everybody. It's really funny.
Do you like Jackass?
Huh? Yeah, a little bit. But watch the prison rodeo. It's great. And they have one where you have to take they put a silver dollar on the forehead of the bull, and then they let him loose, and you've got to be the first one to be able to get the silver dollar off of the forehead of the bull. It's pretty good.
And what she does, in order to
So are you starting to make money?
shut it off
A little bit.
and kind of
But it's going to supposedly increase.